So for these, the classification based on the angle isn't as cut and dry, okay? When we look at each of these angles, there's at least one that we maybe can't tell if it's a right angle, an obtuse angle, or an acute angle. And so we're gonna have to measure this thing, all right? And so I want to classify each triangle. The first thing we want to do is we want to figure out which angle we should even be bothering to measure. And so again, the idea here is that there's always going to be two angles in here that are acute angles. And so when we look at this one, it should be obvious to us that these guys are acute angles. There's no debate there, okay? We can definitely tell that A and C are acute angles. And so the only one that I need to measure here is going to be angle B. All right, and so that's the idea here. We first have to decide, well, which of these angles am I going to measure? And then we have to go ahead and measure it. So let's go ahead and measure angle B here. Let me grab my protractor and bring it over. And I'm going to have to rotate this thing. Again, I have to line it up with one of these sides. So I'm going to line it up with this side of the triangle. A little bit off. I line it up, and then I can look at the measurement. And yeah, it's upside down. And so as I look at this thing, so I'm measuring using the inside track, I can clearly see, and I don't need to know the exact measurement, but I see 90 degrees right here, and I can clearly see that my angle is less than 90 degrees. And that's really all I care about here. Okay, so as soon as I see that that thing is less than 90 degrees, I know that angle B, the angle in question, is an acute angle, which means this guy's going to be an acute triangle. Okay, so again, I have to determine, well, which angle is in question, and then I have to measure that angle. Same thing with the next guy. As I kind of look at the next angle, the next triangle. Once again, two of these should be obvious. Two of these are obviously acute angles. That's these guys. The one that I have to concern myself with is angle C. So I'm going to rotate my this guy around again. And I have to line it up with one of these other sides. So I'm going to line it up with this this bottom side. And when I do that, once again, I can't see the exact measurement maybe, but I can kind of get a general idea where this thing is. And I can see that right here, I'm using the inside track again. I'm above 90 degrees, so this is clearly, angle C is clearly an obtuse angle. All right, it's somewhere around the neighborhood of 92, 93 degrees, maybe 94. All right, but again, I'm not concerned with the exact measurement. I'm concerned with what kind of angle it is. I can see that it's bigger than 90 degrees. So this one's obtuse. And so angle C is an obtuse angle, which means the triangle is an obtuse triangle. And again, it came down to only one of these angles. If I look at the next one here, same kind of thing. There's only one angle down here that's going to be in question. When I look, two of these angles should be obvious. Two of these angles are clearly acute angles, these two. All right, and so those really aren't coming into question. The one that I'm not sure about is angle B, so that's the one that I'm going to have to measure, okay? And I've already got my thing kind of facing this way, so I'm going to put that at B, and I'm going to rotate this guy to line it up. And as I line that thing up, it looks like it's on exactly the 90-degree mark, which means angle B is a 90-degree angle, okay? And so again, two of the angles will always be acute. What I have to do is identify the one angle that maybe can be questioned, that I can't tell whether it's acute, obtuse, or a right angle, and I measure it. And so this one, I measured angle B to be a right angle, which means this is a right triangle. Okay?